Dear student, welcome to this online course on heterocyclic chemistry. This course is designed for MSc Chemistry third semester student, which deals paper 5th entitled Heterocyclic Chemistry. I am Dr. Rita Bamnila, Assistant Professor Chemistry from Sarojini Naidu Government Girls Postgraduate Autonomous College, Bhopal. During this course, I will tell you about the introduction, significance, and nomenclature of heterocyclic compound. Also, I will tell you about the classification of heterocyclic compound on the basis of structure and as well as on the basis of chemical behavior of heterocyclic compound. Also, I will tell you about the synthesis and properties of various heterocyclic compounds. In today's lecture, after completing this module, you shall be able to understand what are heterocyclic compounds and how can we differentiate these heterocycles from homocyclic compounds. Their introduction, significance, and one of the nomenclature of heterocyclic compounds in today's lecture we will discuss. Before proceeding to the nomenclature of heterocyclic compound, let's see what is heterocyclic chemistry. This question comes in our mind. So the answer is the chemistry which deals heterocyclic compounds. Now the question again comes, what is heterocyclic compounds? Then the answer is heterocyclic compounds are the analogues of carbocyclic compound. Now again you focus the word carbocyclic. Carbocyclic means a cycle which made up by carbon atom. Simply, you can see the example in this slide. This is cyclohexane and it contains 6 carbon atom in their ring structure. So this compound are called or can be classified as a carbocyclic compound. Why carbocyclic compound? Because this compound has a cycle made by carbon atoms only. And the another example for carbocyclic compound is benzene, which is well known for you. Now, in this slide, we can see how heterocyclic compound can derive from their analogues carbocyclic compound. If you see the first ring, this ring has 6 carbon atom in their ring and all 6 atoms are similar. That is carbon. So this compound can be classified as a homocyclic or carbocyclic because all ring atoms are identical. And if we replace any of the carbon atom from the ring first with another atom, that is nitrogen, then we will get a different kind of ring that contains two different kind of atoms in their ring structure, and this ring is called heterocyclic ring or heterocyclic compound. Now we can derive a heterocycle here from the carbocyclic compound. You can see here an example is given, that is benzene, and since its all ring atoms are identical, that is carbon, so this compound is classified as a homocyclic, and if one of the CH unit of this benzene if be replaced with the equivalent nitrogen atom, then we will get another different type of compound, that is pyridine, and this pyridine is classified as a heterocyclic compound. Why? Because pyridine ring has 6 atoms. Out of these 6 atoms, 5 atoms are carbon and the 6th one atom is the nitrogen. You can see here it is showing by red color. So it has two different kind of atom, carbon and nitrogen. So this compound is called heterocyclic compound. Now you should have a introductory idea about what are heterocyclic compounds. So we are now able to define what are heterocyclic compounds. These are simply Organic cyclic compound contains carbon atom as well as one of the atom from different element other than carbon, and that different element may be a nitrogen, oxygen or sulfur. Simply a ring which has not only carbon atom but along with the carbon atom some of the different elements atom also it consists in their ring structure, and these heteroatom may be nitrogen, sulfur, oxygen, phosphorus, bismuth, selenium, tellurium, boron that may be present. And out of these heteroatom, nitrogen, sulfur and oxygens are the most common heteroatom which are found in naturally occurring heterocyclic compounds. Now, as we know till yet, heterocyclic compounds are organic cyclic compounds. So let's see where these heterocyclic compound exist in the class of organic compound. As we know, organic compound may be divided in two classes, that may be acyclic or open chain compound, or they may be cyclic or closed chain compound. Again, acyclic can be divided into saturated one or unsaturated one. The examples are methane and ethane are the saturated acyclic organic compound, while acetylene and ethylene are the unsaturated acyclic open chain compound. Now, in case of cyclic compound or closed chain compound, on the basis of types of atom present in their ring system, they may be divided in two types. That may be homocyclic or heterocyclic, and this classification is based on the types of atom present in the ring of cyclic compound. So homocyclic are the compound which has only similar type of atom in their ring system, while the heterocyclic compounds are the compound which contains more than one type of atom in their ring system. Okay, so you can see as the homocyclic compound or carbocyclic compound in two class on the basis of their structure and properties, they may be non-aromatic and aromatic. So similar way, heterocyclic compounds also divided in two types. They may be non-aromatic heterocyclic compounds or they may be aromatic heterocyclic compounds. Non-aromatic heterocycles are fully saturated or partially unsaturated. Examples are azirine, which is partially unsaturated, and the oxolane is fully saturated heterocyclic non-aromatic compound. While in case of aromatic heterocycles, they are fully unsaturated, and the examples are pyridine and furan. Heterocyclic compound exist in 3 to 10 membered ring systems. We can see the example of 3-membered ring system and 4-membered ring system. 3-membered ring system containing one nitrogen atom and saturated is called aziridine, while the unsaturated one is azirine. In case of 3-membered heterocycles containing oxygen atom, saturated one is called oxirane, while the unsaturated one is called oxyrene. In the case of 4-membered heterocycles containing one nitrogen atom, saturated one is called azitidine, while unsaturated one is called azete. In case of 4-membered ring system containing oxygen, saturated one is called oxetane, while unsaturated one is called oxetene or oxide. And sulfur containing 4-membered heterocyclic compound which is saturated is called thietane, while the unsaturated one is called thiete or thietene. Here are the example of 5-membered and 6-membered heterocycle which you must have learned in your undergraduate classes. So 5-membered heterocycles are pyrrole containing nitrogen atom and thiophene containing sulfur atom and furan containing oxygen atom. So these are fully aromatic heterocycles, and 6-membered heterocycles are pyridine containing 1 nitrogen atom, while the pyrimidine contain 2 nitrogen atom at 1 and 3 position. The example of 7-membered heterocycle is thiepane containing sulfur atom, and this thiepane has 7-membered ring along with the 1 sulfur atom. An 8-membered heterocycle example is azosine. It contains nitrogen atom as a heteroatom and it is fully unsaturated one. Now come to the fused heterocycles. Here is the example of indole, in which a 5-membered heterocycle containing nitrogen atom is fused with the benzene ring. As we know, benzene ring is carbocyclic compound, while the pyrrole ring, that is 5-membered ring, you can see this pyrrole ring is 5-membered ring containing 1 nitrogen atom. This is pyrrole. When it is fused with the benzene ring, 6-membered ring, then this compound is called indole. And for both the ring, this atom, this bond is common to both the ring. This bond is common to both the ring, and the whole compound is classified as a fused heterocycles. We can't separate this. This is the heterocycle one and this is the homocycle one. When they get fused together, now the compound will be classified as a fused heterocycle. Another example you can see here, a 6-membered heterocycle ring is fused with the benzene ring, which is also 6-membered, and this ring system is classified as a quinoline, and this comes under the fused heterocycles. Now come to the significance of heterocyclic compounds. All the heterocyclic compounds, some of which has very important in our living system. Some of are, I have shown in the slide, you can see chlorophyll contains 5 pyrrole ring. You can see here chlorophyll contains 5 pyrrole ring, and this chlorophyll is responsible for the photosynthesis in plant. While in case of this is the structure of hemoglobin, and here also 4 pyrrole ring. This hemoglobin structure also contains 4 pyrrole ring, and this is responsible for the transportation of oxygen within our body. And here you can see the example are given purine and pyrimidine. These are called nitrogenous base in our nucleic acid, and these compounds are responsible for the inheritance of genetic character from one generation to another generation. Now you are aware that how these compounds are important for our living system, and all these systems contain heterocyclic ring in their structure. So similarly, these now the heterocyclic ring becomes so important for our living system. Now you can see the another example, another application of heterocyclic compounds. Almost 80% drug be used clinically are based on the heterocyclic ring structure. For example, penicillin and sulfamethoxazoles work as antibiotics, while the azole derivatives fluconazole and econazole work as an antifungal agent, and triazole derivatives used as an insecticide, while triazine or pyridine used as a herbicide, and nicotine and caffeine are alkaloid. They have various use in different forms. And the other importance, if you see the heterocyclic compounds, so cyclic sugar, they are the carbohydrate. Cyclic sugar, vitamins and proteins also contains heterocyclic ring in their structure. Not only this, while in case of synthetic chemistry, these heterocyclic are used as a precursor. Precursors means starting compound. So these are used as a precursor for the synthesis of new material of biological interest. They may have versatile or desired biological properties, so we can use these heterocyclic ring as a precursors. And some dyes which are used as a coloring agent also contains heterocyclic ring in their structure. And chloroquine and quinine is the well-known anti-malarial drug, and these drug contains this quinoline nucleus in their ring structure, which is again a heterocyclic ring structure. So here you can see, now you are aware that how these heterocyclic compounds are important in our present scenario. As the huge amount of research work is going on in the various phases of heterocyclic chemistry, so for the documentation of these research work, 3 specialized research journals are devoted to the heterocyclic chemistry, and these journals are Journal of Heterocyclic Chemistry, Heterocycles, and Heterocyclic Communication. Not only these journals, some book series also publishing for the research work documented in these books, and as well as for the study of importance of these heterocyclic compounds. Now come to the nomenclature of heterocyclic compound. So the systematic nomenclature of heterocycle is based on the names of carbocyclic analogues. That means whatever the nomenclature system we are used for the carbocyclic compound, with a little modification we can use same type of nomenclature for the heterocyclic compound also. So most commonly used nomenclature for heterocycles involves the combination of trivial and systematic names. Here are 3 types of nomenclature system for the heterocyclic compound. One is the trivial nomenclature system, which is also known as common nomenclature, and the second one is the systematic nomenclature system, which is also called Hans-Widman nomenclature system, and the third one is the replacement nomenclature system. Today we will discuss about the trivial nomenclature system, and in the later lecture we will discuss about the systematic and replacement nomenclature system. In trivial nomenclature system, this system is based on the trivial and semi-trivial name of the heterocycles which were given before their structural identification. That means without structural identification, only on the basis of their characteristic property and the source from which these compounds obtained, they have given their name. For example, pyrrole is isolated from coal tar, and the Greek word which has means pyros, that actually means reddish or fiery, and it is detected as a red color when wood is moistened with hydrochloric acid. That means pyrrole gives a red coloration when wood is moistened with the hydrochloric acid, and the color is red and like fiery. It looks like fire. So the name is given pyrrole. There is no structural identification with the name of this compound pyrrole. What type of structure this compound has by giving the name pyrrole. So this is just given on the basis of characteristic property as well as on the basis of their source. However, trivial name and semi-trivial name of these heterocycles are recognized by the IUPAC, and their names are retained in the fusion nomenclature. Why? Because these names before the structural identification, there is a long gap. So these names become colloquial for the conversation. For the conversation, as these names become colloquial, so these names as it is IUPAC retained in the fusion nomenclature system. For example, benzofuran. Benzo is used for benzene, which is well-known compound for us, while the furan is the 5-member ring containing oxygen, and when this furan is get fused with the benzene ring, now its name become benzofuran. So here you can see a trivial name is used for the systematic nomenclature and retained by the IUPAC. When we go to the trivial nomenclature system, how do we number the atom present in the ring? See, if there is only one heteroatom in the ring, you can see the example first, that is pyridine. There is only one heteroatom, then numbering always start with the heteroatom 1, and the latter atom will get the next priority after the heteroatom. But in case of the second ring, there are two heteroatom, that is nitrogen, where one out of these two nitrogen atom, first one is the saturated nitrogen and second is the unsaturated. So always when we do the numbering, saturated one get priority over the unsaturated one. Example is imidazole, and we can nomenclature it as a 1,3-diazine. 1,3-diazine, not diazine, 1,3. If the nitrogen atom present in the 5-membered ring at 1 and 3 position, then this will be classified as a, this will be named as a imidazole. Azine will not use here because azine is used for the 6-membered ring system. And the second rule for the trivial nomenclature, if there is more than one type of heteroatom in the ring, then numbering starting from the heteroatom which has higher priority. And the priority set is oxygen get priority over the sulfur and sulfur get priority over the nitrogen. And you can see the example, first one, this is oxazole ring and it contains two heteroatom. One is the oxygen and another is the nitrogen. So here oxygen atom get position 1 and nitrogen atom get position 3. So here oxygen atom get priority over the nitrogen atom and the name become 1,3-oxazole. And in the second case, sulfur get priority over the nitrogen and the name become thiazole. Here the word thia used for sulfur, and a 5-membered ring contain nitrogen atom is classified as a azole, so name become thiazole. So it is called thiazole. And another rule, if substituents are present in the ring system, then their position should be identified with the number of the atom bearing them, and they should be listed in alphabetical order. For example, here 5-member ring is given which has two different heteroatom, oxygen and nitrogen. Oxygen is at position 1 and nitrogen is at position 3, while bromo group present as a substituent at position 4 and amino group present at position 5. But when we give the name, although amino group has position 5, but alphabetically it comes first. So name will be 5-amino 4-bromo isoxazole. Sorry, here is one mistake. This will not classified as a isoxazole. This is simply oxazole. So the compound name is 5-amino 4-bromo isoxazole. Sorry, 5-amino 4-bromo oxazole. And the rule 4 is the word dihydro, trihydro and tetrahydro are used if one or more saturated atom present in the heterocyclic ring system. For example, if you see the first one, that is pyridine, it has no saturated atom, so name is simply pyridine, which is trivial name. But in second case, you can see at position 1, nitrogen atom is saturated, and at position 2, carbon atom is saturated. So the name of the compound become 1,2-dihydropyridine. When we give the numbering, we try to do the numbering in such a way that the saturated atom will get the lowest locant during the numbering. Here are the trivial name of 5-member ring systems. You can see The first one is furane. It's a 5-membered ring containing oxygen, and 5-membered ring containing sulfur is thiophene. Again, there are a series of 5-membered ring system containing nitrogen as well as another atom. So since these ring in the bracket you can see contain at least one nitrogen atom. So commonly these 5-membered ring are called azoles, or the class of the compound also called azoles. See, this ring system contains one nitrogen atom and this is called pyrrole, while this one contains two nitrogen atom. This name is imidazole, and this ring system contains two nitrogen atom at 1 and 2 position. This is pyrazole, and this system contains nitrogen and oxygen at position 1 and 2. So this is called isoxazole, and this ring system contains oxygen and nitrogen at 1,3 position. So this is called oxazole, and the last one, this one is thiazole. So these are the 5-membered ring system, and these all ring system has their trivial name, which as it is recommended by IUPAC and retained in their IUPAC nomenclature system. Here are some 6-membered heterocycles with 1 or 2 heteroatoms. The two example first given, these are tautomer to each other. This is 2H pyrene and this is 4H pyrene. So position of the saturated atoms are different in these two structures, here at position 2 and here at position 4. So this is 2 pyrene and this is 4 pyrene. Now come to here 6-membered ring, and these 6-membered ring contains one or more than one nitrogen atom. So this class of compound, that means 6-membered ring contain nitrogen atom in their ring structure. Commonly these ring systems are called azenes. If ring contain one nitrogen atom, this will be classified as azene. If ring system contain two nitrogen atom at different positions, they will be classified as a diazene. If 3 atom present in the ring, 6-membered ring, they will be classified as a triazene. Here are the trivial name of some other compounds: chromine 2-one and chromine 4-one. Again, these two are isomer to each other, this one and this one. And this is the flavone, which are present in tea as a flavonoid. Here are some other compounds, heterocyclic compounds, and their trivial name. You can see here in this structure, this is indole, and in this structure, this is isoindole. These two structures are isomer to each other. This is 1H isomer and this is 2H isomer. Why these are 1H and 2H isomer? Due to the position of heteroatom. You can see here in this structure 1H isomer, position of this nitrogen atom get one position from the fusion point. So this is 1H isomer, and this nitrogen atom get position 2 from this fusion point. So this is fusion point, this is position 1 and this is position 2. So it get position 2, so this is the 2H isomer, and in trivial nomenclature this is indole, and here a prefix is used isoindole. And in the same way you can see here this is indazole or 1H isomer, and here is benzofuran, and this is isobenzofuran. Why benzofuran and isobenzofuran? Because due to the position difference of the position from the fusion point, here at position 1 and in this structure it has position 2. These are some other compounds. This is first one is the quinoline. Again you can see from the fusion point it has position 1. So this is quinoline, and this ring structure as it has position 2 from the fusion point. So this is isoquinoline. If the heteroatom nitrogen is replaced with the phosphorus one, then nucleus is called phosphoindoline. Sorry, phosphinoline, and this is isoquinoline. And if the nitrogen is replaced with the phosphorus atom, this one become isophosphonoline. This is quinozoline, and this is thylacine, and this is cinnoline. These are the trivial name of some saturated heterocycles. This one is the pyrrolidine, 5-membered ring, which is saturated, containing one nitrogen atom, and this is 6-membered ring containing one nitrogen atom, is called piperidine. This is with two nitrogen atom, and both the nitrogen and ring is saturated, so this is piperazine, and this is morpholine. And further, you can refer these books. First one is Heterocyclic Chemistry, and this book comes in 3 volumes, and first volume is available online. You can download this book freely as a free PDF. You can download, but volume second and third, they are available on payment. Okay, and the second book is Introduction to the Heterocyclic Chemistry by R.M. Acheson. So you can refer these books for further reading. And here are some questions. After learning the nomenclature of heterocycle, trivial nomenclature, you should have idea the trivial nomenclature of the heterocyclic compounds. So here are the structure, and you have to name these compounds. You can pause the video as it is and write this structure, draw this structure on your copy and write the name. And the name are, first one is pyrimidine, second is thiophene, third is pyrrole, fourth is indole. Here are some other structures. Again, you have to pause the video and draw this structure and write the name itself. If you didn't get fine, then here are the answer. Arsinoline, this is phosphoindole, this is isoarsenidole, and this is arsenine 3D. If this ring structure, see in this ring structure, if arsenic is removed, then this is simply phenanthridine, and if heteroatom is introduced here, now it become arsenine 3D. So I hope you have the idea of heterocyclic compounds, and I have given you overview about the introduction, significance, and first one nomenclature of heterocyclic compound. In the next lecture, we will continue with Hans-Widman nomenclature system and then other things. Thank you so much.